Hour 5 and the snow that's coating northeast Ohio tonight. This round came through overnight and early this morning, forcing hundreds of school cancellations and delays. Already districts are tallying up the snow days. Bob Jones is digging into what's happening. And Bob, a change in the state's rules could be helping to make that decision a lot easier.
Well, it is up to each individual school district to come up with its own plan. But the bottom line is superintendents now have more flexibility. They're counting calamity hours, not calamity days. Here in Massillon, where the weather gets this cold or the snow piles up, the super is not sweating the decision to call off school as much as he did last year. No complaints from these kids, just wintertime fun. Happy that Massillon decided to call off school for the 4th time this year.
The roads are pretty bad out here. It's a lot of snow, so not the temperature this time, it's the snow.
The superintendent says he didn't want high school juniors and seniors driving on dangerous roads or buses slipping and sliding while trying to maneuver. This year, Ohio school districts have more flexibility because they're using calamity hours rather than days.
Actually, it was kind of a relief because I know that the last few years we've been challenged with having more than 5 calamity days.
Here's an example of how it works. High schools must be open for 1,001 hours of instruction, but Massillon schedules excess hours during the school year, so it can take up to 8 snow days without making up missed time and still meet the state's requirements.
With safety in mind, I like the hours piece. It does give us a little bit more time that we don't have to make up.
A big change from last year when many districts went over the 5 allotted snow days and had to make up time over spring break or summer. Still, the new rules can be tough for parents and students to understand.
I don't know how they're going to add up the school hours and stuff, so that's kind of confusing.
Massillon also has built-in extra hours at the elementary school level, so much time that the district could potentially use up to 20 snow days for the younger kids.
What we wouldn't do is just take days off arbitrarily. I mean, we have a lot of people that go into making that decision.
Now, if Massillon gets to snow days 6, 7, and 8, they will use what's called blizzard bags. That means that students can stay home, do their schoolwork at home, and that is not counted against the calamity hours. Live in Massillon, Bob Jones, News Channel 5.
Where were these days when I was in school, Bob? What happened? What happened? All right, thank you. Well, as Bob noted, not all schools are using the calamity hours. Minerva schools used all 5 of their calamity days. The state granted 3 more. Meanwhile, North Canton schools are well within their calamity hour limit.
Oh. Most haven't had to use quite as many days this year as last year.
Well, remember, we front-loaded last winter with all the cold in January, okay? This year we're going to back-load it. We're going to have lots more winter to come in February and early March. So
because people are starting to say, "Oh, we're having a great winter. We skipped it all." And I'm saying,
they forgot November. That was a brutal month. A top 10 cold and snowy month.
And March. You get blizzards in March. That March 8th blizzard.
Well, remember, we're not halfway through winter until February 3rd. So we're not even there yet. And then we have 6 more weeks, and that rodent ain't going to see a shadow. Trust me. Well, he is going to see a shadow. He is going to see a shadow. Let's take a look at what's going on. He's going to be frozen while he's trying.